In today's video, I'll be going over everything you need to know about Photoshop to start as a beginner. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So when you open Photoshop, this is what you're going to see. And the first thing you're going to do is, create a new file. And you're going to press on this button to create a new file, right? And you're going to have this pop up, and you can change the name of the document you're going to make. So you can name it as, maybe I'll name it as test, and you can change the width and the height. You can also change it from pixels to inches to anything you want to create. Usually I create them in pixels, and you also can change the resolution as well. So we're going to create a square, so 1280 by 1280. All right, and yeah, we leave the resolution as this, and you don't have to change none of these stuff. You can leave it as that, and just press on create. All right, and this is what you're gonna see. Once you're in your document, you want to import a picture into your Photoshop. All you do is just minimize your Photoshop, and just drag this picture into it. This is a picture I got from Unsplash online, and once your picture's in, you can just play around with it, however you want it to be, and you can also stretch it out, and yeah, just but I'll just leave it as the default dimensions, and just make it like that and press enter, or you can also press the tick button right there. Right, and yeah, before we do anything else, we're just going to go over the tools you're going to mostly use in Photoshop. All right, now we have the move tool. The move tool helps you to move the document around, so this first tool helps you to move the document around. All right, and we also have the rectangular marquee tool. This helps you to select a layer. Now before that, I'll just quickly show you something. So when you open Photoshop, your layer box is here, and this is where when you drag stuff in, you see your picture and everything. Now to use this tool, make sure the layer that you have is selected, and you just drag over it, and then just do Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then I paste the picture. All right, and basically I've selected a portion of that picture. All right, so that's what that tool is used for. We also have this tool, which is object selection tool. This tool helps you to select objects, and what you do is just press here, and just takes out the the background or whatever you didn't select. All right, and yeah, there you have it. And I'll just duplicate this picture and just delete this layer from there. All right, so right now we have a person selected on the frame, and we also have the crop tool. Basically you can crop a portion of your canvas to however you want it to be. You can also change the ratio. All right, and when you're done, just press enter or press the tick box. All right, so I'll just leave mine as that. And we also have the spot healing brush tool. Now this tool, to use this tool and to work on this, I have to change it into a layer, not a smart. I can't work on a smart object. All right, so press OK on this, and to take away, if I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, I don't like that, all you do is just highlight over it like that, highlight over it, highlight over it. Just basically just it takes portions of the background and just covers up the portion I don't like. And we also have the brush tool. I want to clear like maybe this side of the picture. Make sure if this is a white, make sure this is a black one, so that when you clear over it, it works like that. If I'll do Ctrl Z. If this is a white one and you're using a white color for the brush, it won't do anything. So make sure that is changed. Right. So that's the brush tool. And to change the size of the brush, you use this. And to change the hardness of the brush, you use this. Now the hardness of the brush, when you change it to 100%, it looks like this. When you change it to 0%, it looks something like that. All right. So when it's 0%, and I make this as maybe 300, and I just brush. This is how it looks like. When I change it to 100% and I brush over it, this is how it looks like. Alright, so that's the difference. And yeah, we also have the eyedropper tool. The eyedropper tool basically get the color, and usually when you select it, the color changes here. Alright, so that's it as well. This is the clone tool. Maybe for example, this picture was taken and maybe I didn't like this being there, right? This being there. I just to zoom in, by the way, I hold Alt and use my mouse to zoom in. This will be different for Mac users, right? And make sure this is selected, and just so to reduce the brush without actually going on this, all I do is, this is just by the way, to reduce the brush, you hold Alt and then hold your mouse and drag to the side, right, to the left side. When you drag to the right side, it increases it. Alright, okay. I don't like this being there. Alright, and I want to take it away. All I do is I just hold Alt and select any portion of the jumper and then just tap around it. Now you can see that it's a very sharp edge, so what we're going to do is we're going to come here, reduce the hardness, and just, oh sorry, we don't want this layer selected, and then we're just gonna clear over it like that. Alright, and yeah, if you do it perfectly, you're gonna get like something without the, so that's how I use the clone tool. So I'll just go back into how, and yeah, we also have the gradient tool. To use the gradient, you have to create a new layer. Alright, new layer, and then just drag over like that. Alright, so this is the picture that I had before, so that's the layer. Now if you wanna do the gradient on the picture itself, make sure you have the layer selected for the picture, then you press on the layer mask tool, and then basically just edit it. Alright, and yeah, just create some cool stuff with it. It's quite nice. And yeah, you also have the text tool. So the text tool, you press on the text tool, you can change the text that you want. So I'll change it to this text, type in, and then maybe say cool, and then yeah, you can change the, it gives you like different versions of the text. You can change it to black or whatever. And also make sure you have this on the side, and there's a character tool. If you don't have that, make sure you go on Windows and select the character tool right here. Alright, and it should pop up right there. Alright, now the character tool, you can also change the text here. You can also change like the different types of the text that we have. You can increase the size. You can also for this one, basically is if I have like 2 lines here, I can increase the width between each line, and also I can increase the width between each character in the line. Alright, and yeah, you can also change the color of text to white. You can also change it here as well, and yeah, that's cool. Alright, and then yeah, I'll just decrease this a little bit, and then you can basically put this behind the person that we just cropped out. Alright, so I just take this. And by the way, when you want to hide something in Photoshop, you just use the icon to hide stuff. Alright, so that's how you do that. Yeah, and that's what you do. Now to use this tool is where you find all the shapes and stuff. So you can use the rectangle tool, you can use the ellipse tool, triangle tool, polygon tool, and all that. And when you have the triangle tool selected, you have this. So that's where the color is. You can change the color of the tool. Make sure if this is selected, make sure you just put it on here to select the color. We're gonna put on gradient to make the rectangle gradient. So yeah, put it on here, and then you can also put a stroke. You can take the stroke out, or you can also add the stroke. and then increase the size of the stroke. Right. So this tool is to help you to keep track of all the things you do in your documents, and it's just a history. So like when I first started, it was just like this, right? And then when I jump to the next one, like it just keeps a history of whatever you've done. Drag this that I have. I've got form and vital elements. All right, and yeah. So to use this tool, all you do is just go on normal, change it from normal to like screen. All right, and yeah, basically you can just manipulate it in a certain way just to make it like fancy. Add a bit of like cinematic style to it. You can just change it around and stuff like that. Just, to export this picture, you just go on file and then just export. You can do quick export as PNG, or you can also do export as. This is gonna pop up. Drag this down. Alright, you can export it here. So if you want to change the format from PNG to JPEG, you can do that as well, and just export it and choose where you want to export it to. And yeah, so I'll export it real quick into my downloads. I'll export it to my desktop actually. Alright, and yeah,